Another week, another huge Mortal Kombat 1 update to go over. We're talking about new roster additions teased for future updates, including the full expanded roster, the recent patch notes and what it fixes and what still needs to be fixed, and much more. We've got a lot to cover, so let's waste no more time and get straight into the patch notes that were released late last week. The following updates cover the PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC editions, with no Switch update landing since the release of that version. We all know how disastrous that version turned out to be, and while it seems like that version of the game needs the most help, there are some big fixes that have improved Mortal Kombat 1 for the more powerful platforms. For the Series X and PS5 version patch notes, this is what we got. Addressed issues in invasions. Daily and weekly quests can now be completed. Brutality move lists corrected. Stability fixes and localization fixes. The key things addressed here are certain brutalities that were unable to be pulled off are now possible, and of course being able to get the weekly quests completed. Moving on to the PC platform for the Steam and Epic Game Store listing, the updates include everything from the Series X and PS5 versions in the addition to added keyboard mapping to use keyboard to speech during online matches, added setting to disable motion blur, fixed situations where transitioning from cutscenes would not disable VSync, fixed VFX behavior during lower frame rates, fixed facial animations for Quan Chi, fixed physics behavior during brutalities, general UI and text improvements, and mouse support improvements. While some improvements have indeed been made here, the most glaring issue that has been prevalent ever since the launch of the game has yet to be addressed. That issue being the odd bug in which Player 1 has a sizable advantage over Player 2, with the advantage being the ability to pull off more complex combos. This issue persists over all game modes, including the single-player modes as well as the online multiplayer. In a one-on-one fighting game in which only one player has unrestricted access to incredible combo strings, this, of course, makes it very unbalanced and unfortunate for those who are in the Player 2 slot, as no matter what, even should they know their combos well and pull them off with ease, they simply won't be able to do so as Player 2. This issue is shown in the footage displayed here and comes from YouTuber Mr. AP Cam, testing out the bug numerous times while playing with Sub-Zero and then Kitana where the glitch persists. Take a look as the player showcases the exact combos that Player 2 cannot pull off.
Notice I'm going to perform it on the left and on the right. So it doesn't matter whether we're both facing the same way or not. So Player 1 can do the combo just fine. Now watch Player 2. Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
The bug has been submitted to the game's website, and the team at NetherRealm Studios has been hard at work trying to fix this odd bug, but even with this most recent patch fixing many of the game's bugs at launch, this is one of the biggest issues players continue to face. No doubt this bug will get fixed soon, so stay tuned for more patch updates in the near future. Now, I'd like to know from you about whether this issue has impacted you and your ability to play, especially online. And another issue stemming from the game's comboing, there have been incredible videos of how broken some of the game's combos are, leaving unfortunate players unable to do anything and just watch the carnage on screen for minutes as they witness their asses getting kicked. Twitter user DuckKilla212 posted this video showcasing how broken one of Shang Tsung's combos are as the player juggles the opponent for a whopping 58 seconds. Now, come on, we can all agree that this is freaking hilarious, right? But in all seriousness, this combo and combos like this showcase a glaring flaw in the game that should be tweaked. While the damage output from the combo understandably weakens over time, like it should, the problem is the fighter on the receiving end hardly builds up any meter to be able to perform a combo breaker. What's worse, if a combo string lasts as long as this, the game's timer plays into the favor of the player pulling off the combo, where the round could likely be over before the victim, as we'll call it, touches the ground. Suffice to say, for as impressive as it is for players being able to pull off these incredible combos, there really should be some tweaks to make sure that these things don't drag on forever and ever. Moving on to the new roster teases, Ed Boon himself took to Twitter posting this image a few days ago, featuring a variety of horror icons with checks and question marks over their portraits. We see some iconic faces here, with some being already featured in Mortal Kombat in previous games, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Leatherface, A Nightmare on Elm Street's Freddy Krueger, and Friday the 13th's Jason Voorhees. Of these faces not yet included in Mortal Kombat are Hellraiser's Pinhead, Child Play's Chucky, the Saw franchise's Jigsaw, and Scream's Ghostface. For those unaware of the massive data mine that happened when MK1 officially launched, Ghostface is indeed a character that was revealed to be very likely present in Mortal Kombat 1 in a future update. If you'd like to learn more about the data mined roster, watch this video I did going over that in thorough detail of all the characters we are likely to see in a future update. Or stay till the end of this video where I round all these leaked fighters into a complete roster of fighters for Mortal Kombat 1. This data mine additionally contained further insight into a massive story expansion that will launch at a later date, containing a wide variety of classic Mortal Kombat characters. While we won't be getting that expansion and those additional characters along with it anytime soon, Ghostface makes a strong case as a contender to be released sooner. Let's face it, Halloween season is here. Ghostface is heavily referenced in the game's files found in the data mine, and what better time to introduce this iconic horror figure than now, right? To further reiterate this, we have confirmation in another leak that there will be seasonal fatalities introduced to the game, as we can see here in this clip in which the victor slams a pumpkin on the victim's head before punting the head off as it makes its way to the front steps of a door. Straight out of a horror flick, right? Ghostface fits in here like a glove, and while it would be cool to see the character make its way to the game sooner rather than later, like sometime this month during the Halloween season, we have no idea if that will be the case. We already know that we will be getting a variety of new fighters included in the Combat Pack 1, which should be launching at some point later this year. With Ghostface being nearly all but confirmed at this point, perhaps NetherRealm Studios wants to space out these roster additions so that things don't get too congested. Regardless, let me know what your thoughts are regarding Ed Boon's post and the likeliness that we'll see Ghostface in the comments. Now, for a complete roster update, including every single character that is in the game, including all the Combat Pack fighters and the leaked fighters that may launch long after the Combat Pack 1 releases, this is, more or less, the complete roster that we may see featured in Mortal Kombat 1 after all the DLC has been released. Out of courtesy, big spoilers ahead for those who don't want to know about the fighters we may play as from the data mine. In alphabetical order, we have Ashra, Baraka, Cassie Cage, Cyrax, Ermac, Frost or Serena, Garrus, Ghostface, Havoc, Homelander, Jade, Johnny Cage, Kenshi, Kitana, Kotal Khan, or He-Man, or Conan, Kung Jin, Kung Lao, Li Mei, Liu Kang, Mileena, Nitara, Noob Saibot, Omni-Man, Peacemaker, Quan Chi, Raiden, Rain, Reiko, Reptile, Scorpion, Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, Sindel, Smoke, Sub-Zero, T-1000, Takeda, and Tanya, making the entire main roster of Mortal Kombat 1 result in 38 characters. For the complete cameo roster, including those in the Combat Pack and the data mine, we have Cyrax, Darius, Frost, Goro, Jax, Kano, Kung Lao, Motaro, Serena, Scorpion, Sector, Shujinko, Sonya Blade, Stryker, Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage, Chameleon, Mavado, Farah, Tremor, Li Mei, Liu Kang, Quan Chi, Shinnok, and Kintaro, resulting in 25 total cameo fighters. That's a lot of fighters, so let me know which ones out of all the ones in the data mine you are most looking forward to should they be confirmed later down the road. Watch this video for an in-depth look at the data mine, and stay tuned to the channel for more Mortal Kombat 1 content coming in the future. Thank you all for the awesome support, and I will see you real soon in the next one.